Trump calls Germany bad, very bad over their global exports as he pledges to stop them selling millions of cars in the US during meeting with European leaders. Donald Trump proved once again that diplomacy is not his strong suit after he told European leaders that Germans are very bad. The president met with the president of the EU Council, Donald Tusk, and president of the EU Commission, Jean-Claude Juncker, to discuss trade on Thursday in Brussels. But Trump pulled no punches when he went on the offensive about the US's $65 billion goods trade deficit with Germany. The Germans are bad, very bad, Trump told the EU leaders, according to a German magazine which used the word böse, which could also translate as nasty or evil. Look at the millions of cars they sell in the US, and we'll stop that, he promised. Juncker defended the Germans and highlighted the merits of free trade for the global economy, a source at the meeting told Spiegel. The world leaders were later joined by other high-ranking EU members. The United States had a $65 billion goods trade deficit with Germany in 2016, the third largest negative balance after a $347 billion deficit with China and a $69 billion shortfall with Japan, according to data from the U.S. Census Bureau. Data from Germany's Federal Statistics Office on Monday shows that exports to the United States jumped 8% on the year in the first quarter, to nearly €14 billion, signaling that trade is flourishing despite President Trump's protectionist rhetoric. But Trump's attack on the German belies his basic ignorance about how the EU works. The US can't negotiate a deal with a single member state, such as Germany, but as the EU as a whole. This isn't the first time Trump has expressed his frustration over Germany's successful exports, compared to America's. He previously threatened to impose a 35% import tax on BMWs assembled in Mexico to encourage manufacturers to move to the US. If you want to build cars in the world, then I wish you all the best. You can build cars for the United States, but for every car that comes to the USA, you will pay 35% tax, Trump told German tabloids Bild in January. I would tell BMW that if you are building a factory in Mexico and plan to sell cars to the USA, without a 35% tax, then you can forget that, Trump said. Tusk commented after the meeting that European leaders and Trump had agreed on some issues, such as counterterrorism, but many others remain open, like climate and trade. And I am not 100% sure that we can say today, we means the president and myself, that we have a common position, common opinions about Russia, Tusk said. Trump later spoke at his first NATO summit, where he accused members of owing massive amounts of money, saying it was not fair to the people and taxpayers of the United States. NATO members must finally contribute their fair share and meet their financial obligations, he told the assembled leaders who stared at him, unsmiling.